I think out of every single generation, I think Gen 5 has the coolest starting bug type Pokemon. With you got the Leavanny line and now you got the Scolipede line. I think these two lines are absolutely amazing in their design and just everything about them. Now, for today's solo run speedrun, we are doing Scolipede, the poison bug type. That's got insane stats for kind of a starting bug type Pokemon. And now I love this Pokemon. It's got, I guess, a competitive. It's mainly used as a speed boost baton pass, Swords Dance baton pass passer. But obviously, since we are doing a solo run, we're not doing any of that baton pass shenanigans. Now, you might be wondering, I bet you definitely use speed boost. Well, I did not, because Scolipede has 112 base speed. I feel like in no world is it really necessary to have an ability that boosts your speed every single turn, because one, that's a waste of time. You're seeing a pop-up every turn, and two, it's so unnecessary because we're so fast we outspeed everything anyways, especially once we get the lucky egg and over level. Now, Scolipede also has 100 base attack, which means it's super offensive and it's super fast. So this is one of the key factors in being a good solo run Pokemon. But there is one more thing that makes this thing just, I guess, tiers above everything else. And that's it learns pretty much every single good TM at the start of the game, like that's needed. So obviously there's Swords Dance and Bulldoze that you get Lumia City after the first gym. Scolipede can learn both of them, which is absolutely insane. And then in Shallow City, there's also the Poison Jab TM, which it also learns, and in the second gym also gives Rock Tomb. So Scolipede gets all of those nice TMs, and basically means that we get all the coverage we need. Now, if there's only one slight flaw that I noticed from Scolipede during this run, it's the 4-move syndrome, which basically just means that since we're forced to use only 4 moves at most. However, Scolipede has more than 4 moves that it could use amazing, so it's kind of just hard to decide whether we want a specific move or not. And it's one of those things we had to kind of plan in advance, look forward ahead to see what might be needed, what might not be needed. But anyways, regardless, take a look at the rules and let's get into the run. So Scolipede right at the beginning has Rollout, which normally is a bad move, but it's also like our strongest move at this time, because the only other move we get is Poison Sting. Poison Sting has 15 base power, so even though it's stab, it does nothing. But Rollout's honestly a pretty decent move, and also it's perfect for the first gym, being the bug type gym, because you can just stack up Rollouts and beat that. So I was able to beat the first gym really quickly, or I would say really quickly, but this ended up being a minute slower than I think I compared to Braixen. So yeah, it was a minute slower than Braixen, just because I think it was kind of going through it just kind of slowly, since we are kind of relying on Rollout to do the majority of our damage, but we are able to take out the first gym no problem. And now the second gym, right? Okay, so when I got to Lumia City, I had a choice between Swords Dance and Bulldoze, and obviously I can't choose both of them because I don't have enough money at the time. So what I chose was Bulldoze, and the only reason I chose Bulldoze is because we need it for the second gym. Otherwise, we have actually zero chance of beating, or we just have zero way of dealing with it easily. And so it kind of sucked that we had to give up on Rock Tomb, or not Rock Tomb, Swords Dance, but we could always come back later after when we come back for the 5th gym to go grab Swords Dance. So that is still kind of rough, but you know, we kind of needed that Bulldoze. It was kind of unnecessary. So anyways, when we take on Grant, we do have Bulldoze, and by using X items, we are able to just take a Boris out nice and smoothly in 2 hits, and then for Tyrants we're also able to just take down in 2 hits, and Amora always goes for Thunder Wave first turn, so even though we're paralyzed, it doesn't really matter because Tyrant doesn't really kill us. With X items we are kind of bulky, so with that we were able to beat Grant 14 minutes fast at a pace like 14 minutes faster than Braixen, which is amazing. We started off at a really nice pace. So next up was Corn. I guess we did have to fight Lucario, but Lucario, since her Lucario only had Feint and Power Up Punch, and Power Up Punch is, 4 times resisted, it really didn't matter at all. So we are able to destroy the Lucarios, and when we get to Shower City, in the Pokemart, you can get the Poison Jab TM, which is our strongest poison type move that we could possibly get. And we get it by the 3rd gym, which is absolutely insane. So with that, we get our nice, insane stab. And obviously that makes... And also, I guess the 3rd gym is gym trainers really aren't a problem because they are fighting types. Most of them only have fighting type moves and we 4 times resist it. So by being able to tank everything, we're able to just spam Poison Jab and just take out everything without an issue. And for Corona itself, literally it's not a problem because even though I think we weren't able to take Halucha in one hit or outsped us, I don't remember, it really didn't matter because the only move she has really to hit us is Flying Press, and Flying Press is actually, I think, not very effective. It's half the damage since we 4 times resist the fighting type section of it, and then yeah, the flying type part of it is 2 times, so overall it's half damage. So with that, we are able to beat Corona really quickly and around 20 seconds faster than Breaksin. So next up, Ramos, the grass type gym. We are poison and a bug type, so I don't know, take a wild guess on how that went. And then with Ramos down, we take on Clement, and Clementine is an electric type gym leader, and luckily we have Bulldoze and Rock Tomb. So I think at this time in the game I actually didn't even grab Swords Dance just because I didn't want to go out of my way to go grab it, but at this point in the game I also did learn Steamroller, so that's kind of our best bug type move that we're gonna get, because I'm not teaching Mega Horn, I do not trust that. But yeah, we have Rock Tomb to take down Clement, and then we have Bulldoze to take down everything else. So actually with that we were able to easily take down Clement. And then for Valerie, you know, the poison type gym leader, to no one's surprise, was a piece of cake. We were able to take that down, I think 35 seconds faster than than Breaksin. So yeah, so with that we are able to take down Valerie. Now after Valerie is time for Olympia. I guess also I should mention that when I took on Valerie, I didn't even teach Bulldoze, but I did teach Sword Dance at this point. I did actually buy it right before leaving, but since Mawai doesn't do anything, we were able to take that out. And then we got, you know, Olympia next, and even though Olympia is a psychic type that hits us poison type super effectively, we also are a bug type trainer, or bug type Pokemon, so we are able to take down everything really nicely with Steamroller. But of course I take down the Sigilyph with Poison Jab after an O-power attack, and then able to just take down Slowking and Meowstic using a Steamroller, and obviously not a problem. And now it's time for Lysandre. Now Lysandre really doesn't do anything to us because well, Mienfoo can be kind of threatening with acrobatics, but overall we're able to easily set up a Swords Dance. I guess the first time I did mess up because I greeted and went for 2 Swords Dances, but we only needed 1 to just take down Mienfoo and just take down everything else that follows. And I think Gyarados was able to live it, but I think actually beforehand, maybe on Murkrow, I did set up another Swords Dance. So with that, we're able to easily take down Lysandre, and having a Pokemon that can easily take down Lysandre is a huge plus, since that he usually ends up being a wall the majority of the time. So the second fight obviously went around the same way. I started with an O-power defense and then Swords Dance. Meowstic did like I think less than half using acrobatics because Scolipede does have a decent base stat at base defense, and then obviously we're able to just take down all 3 of his Pokemon. The Gyarados comes out, and even though like we're sent to +1, it takes him down to the red, and it's just a 2-hit KO, and we're able to take him out. And then finally we got the last Lysandre fight, Lysandre 3. So this one also pretty much goes the same way. We literally just Swords Dance, and we're able to live 1 acrobatics, takes us to just under half HP, and we just uses we take down Pyroar and Honchkrow using Rock Tomb. And I think at this point in the game I did want to be, I think I was I'm fairly confident that I could actually one-shot Mega Gyarados with Steamroller. So actually, when Mega Gyarados came out, I did use Steamroller, and since +1 attack was actually enough to kill it, it does help. I think that Scolipede has like a medium fast growth EXP growth rate, so we were actually significantly higher level at this point. So oh yeah, I guess around this point, when I beat the rival Gauntlet, I was around half an hour ahead, which is insane. Half an hour ahead of Breakson, and then. So next up, we're dealing with Wolfric. Well, Wolfric really isn't much of a problem. We set up a Swords Dance on the Bomb Stone. It really can't do any damage to us. The most annoying thing, I guess, is just Tail. But we're able to take down Kriagano. The problem is, I guess, Avaleg is kind of bulky. So we kind of need multiple Swords Dances to actually take it out. But just with that, I think also Opera defense just to tank like an Avalanche well. But with that done, it's time to, I guess, take on the Elite Four. So I think for the Elite Four, I started off with the Steel type one, since this usually is the trickiest one. So when Klefki came out, I decided to just set up as many Swords Dance as possible. And actually, around this point in the game, I did replace my Steamroller with Bulldoze. So I just went with Bulldoze Rock Tomb because I actually didn't need my Rock type move anymore. So I was able to just set up one Swords Dance and then take down Klefki with Bulldoze. But since I was tormented, I had to. Or I did two Swords Dance, I think, yeah. So and then Purple Pass with a Rock Tomb into Bulldoze, and then I was able to just take out Scizor in one Rock Tomb, and then also able to just take down Aegislash in one Bulldoze. So with that, we're able to take that one quickly. So we take down the Fire one next because I'm a little worried about this. But for this, I just use an O-Power attack +1, able to take down Pyro with Bulldoze, Talonflame in a Rock Tomb, Torkoal, and I think Torkoal in 2 Bulldozes. And then just Chandelure and 1 Bulldoze. With that, the Fire one was down. Take on the Dragon one next. This one, obviously, since Dragalge can't really do anything to me, just set up 2 Swords Dances, and then just take down the Dragalge with Bulldoze, Noivern with the Rock Tomb, Altaria with the Rock Tomb, and then Druddigon with the Poison Jab or Bulldoze. So with that one's also really easy. Seabolt is next. We just set up a +2 on the Claw. We set up to +4 on Clawitzer and use a 4-star to get rid of the confusion, and with that we're able to just take down everything with the Poison Jab or Bulldoze. And so with that, Seabolt is down, and there's only one final challenge left, and that's Diantha. So for Diantha, since Hawlucha really can't do anything to us, we just set up Swords Dance here. We just set up 2 Swords Dance to guarantee. I did use a XO-powered defense just to ensure. I guess I just wanted to make sure it couldn't really do anything to me. So that Poison Jab to take down Hawlucha, Bulldoze to take down Tyrantrum, I guess Poison Jab for Gudra, and then for Warris, just take down with the Bulldoze, Gourgeist with the Poison Jab, and then finally Mega Gardevoir with the Poison Jab. And with that, we beat the game at 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds. This is our new fastest time, by the way. This is even faster than Golurk, which I thought would always stand at number 1, just due to how good it was, but no, Scolipede has surpassed it. This beast of a Pokemon was so fun to use, and I honestly, it overperformed. It did better than I expected. I was extremely happy about it. That's why I say I think TM compatibility with some of the more like broken moves or easily accessible ones really helps in this game. Also, just it has really good coverage and amazing stats, so it just helps a lot. Has enough bulk to tank stuff up to get the Swords Dance, and it's fast enough that I don't have to ever worry about speed. 100 base attack is also kind of crazy. So with that, yes, Scolipede stands at number 1. And next up was supposed to be Glaceon. But you'll see what happens next. Well, I mean, you'll see by the next thumbnail, but you'll see what we decide to do instead of Glaceon. Thank you for watching. See you next time.